What if the things that truly matter can only be seen with the heart? This is the gentle but profound lesson at the core of Antoine de Saint-Exupéry's masterpiece, The Little Prince. It's a timeless allegory about the loss of childhood innocence and the absurdities of adult life. The story begins with the pilot, our narrator, whose plane crashes in the Sahara Desert. Isolated and miles from civilization, he meets a small, extraordinary boy, the Little Prince. The prince's first request is simple and strange: draw me a sheep. When the pilot draws a boa constrictor digesting an elephant, a drawing adults always mistook for a hat, the prince immediately sees the elephant inside the snake. This moment establishes the central conflict of the book: the imaginative, clear-sighted world of the child versus the literal, number-obsessed world of the adult. The pilot learns that the prince has traveled from his tiny home, asteroid B-612. The primary reason for his journey was his complicated relationship with a single, unique, yet demanding rose. He loved the rose deeply, but her vanity and constant demands drove him away. He didn't realize how much he cherished her until he left. This journey becomes a quest to understand love, responsibility, and what makes something truly important. The prince's travels. On his journey, the little prince visits 6 other asteroids, each inhabited by a single, peculiar adult, symbolizing a specific human flaw. He meets a king who rules over nothing but demands absolute obedience, a vain man who only wants applause, a drunkard who drinks to forget that he is ashamed of drinking, a businessman who obsessively counts stars, believing he owns them, a lamplighter who mindlessly follows orders to light and extinguish a lamp every minute, and a geographer who draws massive maps but knows nothing of his own planet. The prince finds all these adults utterly absurd, wasting their lives on power, vanity, or meaningless routines. The lesson of the fox. When the prince arrives on Earth, he encounters a fox. The fox teaches the prince the most vital lesson of his journey: to tame. Taming means creating ties, establishing a relationship, and becoming responsible for what one has tamed, in the prince's case, his rose. The fox shares the novel's most famous, profound truth: here is my secret. It is quite simple. One sees clearly only with the heart. What is essential is invisible to the eye. The prince realizes his rose was unique and important, not because she was the only rose, but because he had spent time on her and tamed her. The end and the farewell. The pilot, having fixed his plane and learned to see the world through the prince's eyes, has established a deep bond with the boy. The prince, realizing his rose is in danger and missing her, must return home. The final scene is bittersweet. The prince's departure involves being bitten by a snake, allowing him to return to his tiny planet and his flower. The pilot is left behind, sad but forever changed, realizing that true wealth lies in the relationships we forge and the inner life we protect. The Little Prince is a beautiful reminder to listen to the child within and to never forget the value of time, love, and what is essential. Follow us for more heartwarming classics, and find the book link below.